almost forgot to do my mic. I'm not doing that again. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Soul Horizons Tarot. I'm going to do a New Year reading. Happy New Year's, by the way. For the sign of Cancer. Now, this is a general read, so not all messages will apply to every Gemini. Why did I say Gemini? Cancer. I'm sorry. Did I say Cancer the first time? I don't remember. I always get a little bit flustered when I'm starting a reading still. Hopefully that nervous energy will go away. But yeah, this is a general reading, so take what applies. If it does not apply to you, it's probably not your story. Don't try to make it fit if it doesn't naturally. But let's get into this. I've already done a pre-shuffle, and I have decided to split my readings into two parts. So this will be part one, where we go over basic general read, again for the sign of Cancer from now until whenever this message is still relevant to the people or person that needs to hear it most. Part two will be much more detailed, and we'll have plenty of clarifiers and probably way too long, as I tend to make my readings. But this is for the sign of Cancer, and I've only said that like 4 times now. So yeah, I'll link the part 2 at the end of this video if you're interested in seeing that. If not, thank you for stopping by anyway. And if you do like the video, please like, share, subscribe. A couple more shuffles here. One, two, and 3. Oop. Okay. Littles for later. So interesting. What am I doing? I know what I'm doing, I promise. This is my own version, the Celtic Cross spread. On the bottom of the deck, we have the Queen of Wands. Of course, that could be your sign. It is a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Gender on the card does not matter, nor does the sign as much as the energy of the card. So if I say it's a she because it's a queen, it can also represent a he. And if I say the sign of the card and it does not match your sign or the person, people that you may be dealing with, don't worry about it. It's more so the character traits and personality and energy of the card. So in your overall energy so far, we have the Queen of Wands, and she's actually a fire sign or he, Sagittarius, Aries, Leo. But this is an energy. You could be dealing with that sign, or you could be dealing with somebody that carries those traits, or this could be the energy that you are taking on. Of course, clarifiers will help me narrow that down, as well as the rest of these placements. But again, somebody that's taking charge or likes to take charge, very fiery, very passionate, driven, ambitious, good leadership qualities, creative, attractive in the sense that their self-confidence is, kind of magnetic. We'll see if that's you, or if that's somebody that you may be dealing with. I kind of feel like it's your energy right now, though, honestly. So let's move on to your... Ooh, okay. That may be why. You have the Ace of Pentacles in your current energy situation. So this is the beginning of something that usually brand new. It doesn't have to be, but it's a new potential. And Pentacles deal with obviously coins, so finance, business, career, um, time, anything that we can tangibly own or have or even give into something. So assets. This can also talk about a commitment because Pentacles deal with the long term. Um, so long-term investment, long-term potential success in something. Could talk about a new home. Could could even talk about starting a new health regimen as well. But this could be a new positive potential towards a business, a new career path, or a higher position within your career, starting a new company or a business, possibly a new relationship that because anything that requires time and effort that can talk about investing that energy into a commitment. Um, But again, that's something we'll see. And this may be why your overall energy is the Queen of Wands, somebody that's taking charge of this, taking control, and really chasing after it. Because it's not the type of person that usually would let an opportunity like this slip away. So well, I'm really curious what that is, but I don't want to make this video too long. So crossing that is the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles can be an earth sign, so Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn. But more so, I feel that this is very slow progress, possibly even progress that has come to a stall, um, because the Knight of Pentacles is a very slow moving energy. Now, this is either because of, everyday complications, red tape, or interferences or disturbances. But this could also be something that you are doing as well. Like you're being very passionate and ambitious about your goals, but there may be an energy of knowing that you need to take some time to evaluate. And the Knight of Pentacles is very. It's like that Virgo energy. Kind of has to take control over everything in the sense that I need to know exactly the next step in the right order from A to B to C all the way to Z before I take even, a step in that direction. So I don't know why my voice changed like that. Uh, but this is somebody um, that moves very slowly, but it's s- so that they don't, make any rash decisions or impulsive decisions. But again, we'll see more. This could be a person that is also, you may be an earth sign, but a person that is, taking their time with making a decision or with bringing this offer forward, maybe even possibly committing to or cooperating with. You're at this Queen of Wands, which is basically somebody in their seat, their throne. So in a position of power and driving energy. There's a lot of energy here, while this person is much more subdued and cautious, or this is an energy of that. So, you being the Queen of Wands, I'm assuming, because that's what the overall energy is. But then again, this could be the person you're dealing with. Clarifiers will let me know, and you could be the one that's being more cautious. But this doesn't have to be a person. This can just be everyday things that would cause delays or slow progress. So we're going to look in your surface mind. I keep putting down here thinking that I'm going to do clarifiers because I like to do it right here. Um, but in your surface mind, we have the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups is a card about walking away, leaving something or someone behind because there's just something missing, and usually it's felt on an emotional level. It's knowing that something just isn't right or understanding that it's not right for you. But sometimes this card is there is a danger of not seeing things clearly because the moon is it's illuminating things. And with the moon in tarot, um, it casts false perceptions. Like things are not as they appear by the light of the moon. The shadows lengthen. Um, it makes a chair with clothes on the back of it look like the boogeyman. It's just it can be a card of self-deception or just something hidden or misunderstood as well. That's kind of the first energy like that I've felt. I felt a lot of positivity here. Um, so there is an element here of sadness. Um, but be aware that sometimes this is the card about thinking the grass is greener. We'll have to clarify that to get some more. So, what is your shadow mind or hidden truth? So, where your focus is, this is where your focus needs attention. Something that you don't know either subconsciously or you're just unaware of, and that would benefit you to know. So, this is the Eight of Wands. We have two eights here so far. So, the Eight of Wands is a lot of forward movement. And again, touching back to that Queen of Wands, this is a lot of energy, a lot of force and vitality. With the Eight of Wands, it can talk about really quick back and forth communication. It can talk about like literal movement, but things are falling into place really quickly. Um, Sometimes, things can get out of hand with this card because we lose a little bit a sense of our direction or our where where we're trying to go. Again, it can talk about very quick communication back and forth, and it can also talk about literal movement, but also forward progress. Give me 1 second. Sorry about that. If there is a pause on the video, I have small children, and they still don't always like to go to bed, and it is New Year's, so yeah, a lot of forward progress here, or a lot of communication, and or both. Can talk about literal travel as well. So in your recent past, we have the Ten of Wands. All tens represent endings. So there is you went from the 10 to the ace. Okay, so it literally there was an ending here. Something that may have caused a lot of stress, a lot of physical, mental, well, not so much emotional, but physical and mental energy. And it does always take a little bit of a toll out of a person, um, because all of these are. It is a burden, but it's a burden of choice. It's something that we um, commit to. We choose to commit to. In this particular card, the way he's holding the bundle is interesting because it's actually covering his face so he can't see where he's going. He's got a little bit of that energy that the Fool gives me. I don't think it was anything too bad. We'll see with the clarifiers because they can always pull out the deep, um, dreaded cards or energies. But it kind of looks. I've never said this before, but there's a playfulness about it. Maybe because you knew you were coming to the end of a long cycle, something that you had worked very hard for. You were tested. Um, you were really put to your limits, I feel. Um, but this is a card about perseverance as well. And I don't think you knew or know this is your current when this happened because this is your present, but for some people it'll be different. We're all in different timelines. You came across this opportunity kind of maybe on a whim. I feel like it was a little bit unexpected, maybe for one or a couple of you, because I know I don't have a lot of viewers yet, but and there's also a wagon back here that he could have used, but he made a conscious decision. And I don't feel like it's so much to make it harder on yourself. It's just you needed to know you could do it, so you pushed yourself. But we'll see more again with the clarifiers, what exactly this was and how it led to this Ace of Pentacles, a possible new job, career path, financial abundance potential. Aces are never promised. All right, so coming towards you in the future is the Four of Cups. Okay, so that tells a story perfectly right there. So this guy, let me put it in the way that it is here. So in your past, you were the Ten of Wands energy. You were kind of just going along, doing your thing, duties, obligations, responsibilities. You were carrying them, and you may have felt like you were pulling all the weight. And because you have your face covered here, you dug into that. That's where you put all your focus and intention towards. We have the Ace of Pentacles here, and then the Four of Cups. This is coming towards you in the future. So it's almost like a story of somebody that may not know or understand what this Ace of Pentacles actually is. You're taking time to meditate on it. And look at that, the Four of Cups on his little headband here. I guess that's like a headscarf. He's got actually I don't know if you could see it. There's a crab on there. And the Four of Cups is usually a card about losing hope, losing faith. It can be a card about feeling bored or too preoccupied. Actually, let me see if I can find it in this deck. Hey, look at that. On the bottom of this deck, we have the Ace of Pentacles. He's sitting by a tree, and there's the Ace of Cups that's floating there beside him. And he's too busy looking at the three spilled cups to notice that fourth opportunity. Um, in this particular deck, the one that I'm using, he's more in that Four of Swords, like meditation and prayer, going within, kind of withdrawing and seeking internal wisdom. Here's the traditional image. And there's a feeling of like sadness in this card or disappointment. Kind of depends on what you see on the reading, but because they always seem to change. Because I've never seen that silly kind of energy on this card before. Never really. But anyway, he looks more at peace here. But this can be a card about missed opportunities or not being interested. So that may be why this Nine of Pentacles here, again, you're trying to take your time. Those play well into each other. You're evaluating, you're weighing the pros and cons, kind of doing a survey. Or I don't know if there's a warning here of missing this opportunity, or if we'll have to see with the clarifiers, but if you're trying to debate whether or not you even want it. And we do have that card about leaving something behind. I'm really curious where this is going. Hmm. Advice. Okay, yeah, you're stuck in your head. You need to release that. This energy, the Four of Pentacles, turned into the Eight of Swords. So where he seems like he's at peace or at least contemplative, like he's listening to music and trying to weigh, just like the Knight of Pentacles, that turns into something that's a lot more. There's an energy of dread here, but also like ignorance. It says the world's on fire behind him, and yet he's just standing here because the Eight of Swords is a card about. In fact, I just had this on. Who was the sun? Aquarius. This it wasn't their advice; it was what was coming towards them. But that's a card about self-inflicted imprisonment, allowing thoughts, fears, self-doubts, negative attitudes to stop you. We have 3 8s now. So you may be seeing 88, 888. 8 may be a number important to you, or 88. Um, but yeah, the advice here is to not trap yourself, not let your thoughts get the best of you so much so that it stops this. This is positive forward movement and potential here from what I'm getting so far. Now the clarifiers might turn that around real quick. I'm just really curious as to why you're looking at this opportunity like you're not sure you're interested in it. And maybe it is from the past. Maybe you've already this is what came to an end. Possibly a relationship where you felt you were putting in all the hard work, and then somebody comes in to offer you this again, but you've already mentally and emotionally, you've already kind of left it behind. We'll see. I'm just going along. So this is okay. I hope I've been telling you this. Well, we haven't really had any signs, actually. These are all minor arcana, except for this guy right here. This Scorpio energy, the death card, 4. Well, it's the number 13, but that adds up to 4. So we have 2 4s, which makes another 8. But yeah, the death card is about change. This is an outside or external influence. This can be a person, energy, and or situation. But it is not you, it's outside of you. But somehow it is affecting or influencing you either negatively or positively. Maybe you're wanting to make an offer to somebody. You're wanting to start some type of long-term commitment or long-term plan, and you want to bring it forward, but you're hesitant because maybe you think, okay, they're disinterested, and your thoughts are getting the better of you, and they're trapping you when you could be making progress. Maybe not here, but elsewhere. But I do feel like there's something here for you, and it's got the potential to be really, really abundant. But that card is, it's not blocking it, it's just kind of dimming down. All right, so yeah, death. Sorry, I got a little, uh, went off road on that one. Death is a card about change, transformation, renewal. This very well could be the card of the new year, the closing of the old 2020 to begin again in 2021. So the closing out of old chapters, and that can be things outside of you as well, people. There's some type of big change, big shift, or ending here that may be outside of you, We'll see what exactly that is. It could be a person that's going through a, kind of a heavy transformative period. There could even be, I mean, death is usually not literal, but there could be some type of death that somehow affects you, whether it's close family or a friend of a friend, or but it is an ending. It is change. But death always brings in that phoenix moment. So we're going to see what that is. Again, that is Scorpio energy. Doesn't have to be relevant for or relevant to you at all. Best case scenario. This is what is wanted for you. What is it is achievable, but it depends on how you carry forward. So this is going to tell me this is, what is best for you, for your best interest, greatest good, highest potential. But this is what the direction that you're headed. And if these align, that means you're headed in the right direction. If this is not, obviously the best case scenario is always going to be a positive card. But if this is not, then that means there's something that you need to change or alter. And usually that's found in advice, and it pops into throughout the reading. But something to keep in mind here is that I say probable because outcomes are never definitive. You are always, 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 from now until eternity, the master or creator of your own destiny. And I will say that probably in every reading until when I do, start getting a following, people will be tired of me saying, I'm already tired of saying it on it. But it's important to know. Don't get too attached to the outcome cards. Oh, we haven't even gone. Good grief. Six of Wands is a card of victory, success, recognition, getting a lot of attention, victory after a long battle, a hard won battle. So that would turn the 10, this hard won battle. It could have been, very private, very internal. It doesn't have to be something that things on the outside or people on the outside even knew about. But to take that hard work, that sacrifice, that energy, all those invested resources or time, and say that I made it. This is making it to the clearing at the end of that path. And there is a bit of, it is a very powerful energy, much like the Queen of Wands is the wand. So it's fiery, it's energetic. But there is something a little bit with this card about staying humble. But this is your best case scenario. So receiving finally the recognition, people finally, giving you the respect and the admiration. Um, this could even be working, in the public or for the public and kind of being the center of attention, possibly like famous in some way. Maybe having a really popular following on Instagram or Twitter, or you're kind of a celebrated individual. That could be within your family, within your community, an online presence, obviously, or I don't know, maybe you are a newscaster or something. Um, but yeah, this is a favorable outcome. Obviously, it is about victory and reaching success. So I thought again with getting a lot of attention. This can also mean having a lot of suitors, have a lot of having a lot of people kind of vying for your attention. And now that I look at it, and I said weather, what did I say? Newscaster or weatherman? It almost looks like people holding up their wands, but for some reason I'm looking at it now and it kind of looks like paparazzi holding up mics into somebody's face. But this person is definitely loving the attention, but sometimes I look at her and she's almost like, I don't know, larger than life, obviously. It can be a card about ego. Most probable outcome in the direction that for whoever this does resonate the most for, this could be your potential outcome. If you want a more personal reading, obviously that would be the best bet. And if you want one from me, all that is in the description box. But again, this is a general read, so take this with a grain of salt. The Two of Swords is a card about indecision. All twos talk about balance. And in this card, it's like a need for balance. But it kind of plays into that Eight of Swords where you feel trapped. And she doesn't necessarily feel trapped. It's just uh, she's choosing not to make a decision, or she's choosing not to face something. We have this wolf that's approaching slowly from the back. Of course, we don't know if it's um, feral. A lot of the wolves in this deck are actually, they seem quite tame. But it's still something that's, it does look to be sneaking up behind her. And again, that plays into that Four of Cups. Like, there's a possibility of missing a really good opportunity here. Now, again, clarifiers will tell us more about what exactly this is. But if you stay in this energy and you take too much time procrastinating or overthinking, overanalyzing, being too self-critical, um, holding yourself back, or even possibly letting somebody else's opinions or perceptions hold you back, kind of letting that play into that internal dialogue, um, you're going to be stuck in this energy. You're going to reach a time where you don't know what to do now, what step, what direction to go. There is a danger here of missing something, missing out on something. Or at least, if not missing out on something, allowing it to somehow block, challenge, or redirect your attention and your energetic, your balance, and your direction, really. We have a lot of fiery, inspired, motivated, and ambitious energy. And then we end up in this card of not facing emotions, not using intuition. There's something you don't want to look at. And I don't think I've ever noticed these two candles that are on these rocks beside her. I don't know why that would be relevant for me to notice now. Even though this is the card of indecision and inaction, it's also got that Two of Wands feeling to me. It's like she's pushed herself through inaction. She's pushed herself into an area where, where she could have walked on flat, even ground. Now she's got to walk this a rocky, mountainous terrain, because you can see these giant rocks and there's mountains in the background. So you assume there's some dangerous footing there. So I feel like that's kind of the warning in this is, if you don't make some type of decision or take some type of action, you wait too long. If you wait too long, there is a timing issue here. Then you'll be forced to take the harder route. I don't know why, but I just thought of the wolf as like a bill collector. Maybe that's not funny. For some of you, you may be kind of trying to run from the bill collector this year. Happy New Year. Let's see. Oh, we got an hour and 20. No, it's 44. Um, so yeah, I guess that's your basic reading. Kind of looking through again, eights are a very prominent number. You had 4 come up twice. Actually, if you do go from the 6 of wands, 8, 9, 10, it's almost, ay, I just realized it's almost backwards progress. You go from the 6 to the 8 to the 10. Guess you could say it's forward, but we usually don't skip. I'm not saying that it's not a wise thing to do to take your time. But I think in this case, you are kind of taking over that Virgo energy of overthinking. Maybe trying to, what is that, micromanage? There's something on your mind that's got you emotional, though, and you're trying not to face it. You're trying not to deal with it. That's what this is. That's why I was getting that energy of like, oh, it's okay. I've got this bundle of sticks and I might fall and break my neck, but I don't know. Why did my voice go British? I'm sorry about that. I probably butchered that. I guess it's because he looks like Robin Hood with the little green cap and the red feather. Does Robin Hood even have an accent like that, though? Anyway, the energy that I'm getting is like, this is how you may feel and how you may want everyone else to feel. But underneath that is that vibrant, fiery, um, magnetic, attractive pool of the Queen of Wands or the King of Wands. But underneath that, in your surface mind, it's like there's a split. I really want to see what these cards are. So I'm going to go ahead and close it here. If you want to know more, if you want to get a lot more in depth, I'll put a little, I guess I call them cards at the top right of the video. Click on that and we'll delve even deeper. Warning, I have a really bad habit of just getting lost in the story and they last entirely too long. And by the time I'm done, I have had no idea that the video was 2+ hours long. It's bad. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, comment, feel free to comment, say hello, subscribe, hit the little bell to get notifications if my next reading, which I pull absolutely randomly. There's no order to whose sign. Keep in mind general, and this can be relevant for those of you who have moon, rising, Venus signs, Cancer, and for cross watchers as well. But hopefully you enjoyed this, and I see you on part 2. Thanks, guys, and Happy New Year.